360 series session in which we cover the most important G and ESI current affairs from the exam point of view. And guys, once again I am back with a very important and interesting session for all of you, in which we will be covering the most important G and ESI current affairs, in which we are also going to cover the most important news articles from the PIB, which is one of the major and the most important sources that we always consider whenever we talk about any competitive exam. And guys, today we are going to discuss the most important news articles from 18 to 22nd of October 2024, right? And all the people who are preparing for RBI, NABARD and IRDAI. So guys, let me tell you that these sessions are really going to be very helpful, and especially for the IRDAI aspirants जिनका prelims अभी आने वाला है. Okay, so guys, if I am audible and visible to all of you, please give me a thumbs up in the chat box so that we can start with the today's session. So let me tell you that once again today I am having so many important news articles for all of you, be it the ICC T20 World Cup or the Nobel prizes or the other important news articles that we have seen in the news articles. So once again a very good evening to all the people, and thank you Nidhi for giving me the confirmation. Very good evening to all of you. So guys, I believe that yes, all the technicalities are well over and we can start with the today's session. So before starting the session, if you are still new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe to it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And you can also join our Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of the sessions. And even for the today's session as well, if you want to access the PDF, you can definitely access the PDF by joining the Telegram channel, clicking on the link given in the description of this particular session. Now coming to the agenda of the today's session. So today we are going to cover the most important news articles which are relevant for both phase 1 and phase 2, and there are some articles which are only relevant for phase 1 of the exam. Okay, so there are some articles which are relevant for both phase 1 and phase 2, and the articles which are relevant for only phase 1 of the exam. So let's begin with the very first important part, that is the articles relevant for both phase 1 and phase 2. And the first ever news article is about the Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana. See guys, we always tell you that the schemes which are there in the news articles, we need to cover them on priority, and the questions are being asked from those schemes. And we have also seen this particular point was also evident from the recent exam which has taken place of, even when we talk about the RBI or the NABARD phase 1 and phase 2, तो सभी का phase 2 हो चुका है. And let me tell you that from these exams as well, again we have seen that yes, they have continued with the trend of the previous years, that all the schemes which are there in the news articles, they are very important. And again this particular scheme has been in the news, that is Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana, as it has really achieved one of the milestones. And what exactly that milestone is, that is the sale of worth over rupees 1000 crores in the month of October 2024. As you can see here, that the scheme has reached a remarkable milestone by achieving sales worth rupees 1000 crores in the month of October 2024. And let me tell you guys that in the last 10 years there has been a growth of more than 170 times in the number of kendras. ये जो 1000 rupees crore की sale हुई है, that has only been possible from these kendras which have been there, which have been established in our country. And let me tell you that this was possible only with the unwavering support of the citizens who have really embraced the initiative, as they have purchased the medicines from over 14,000 kendras which are existing in our country. And this growth is a testament to the scheme's commitment of making healthcare accessible and affordable for all, as they have really worked towards reducing the out-of-pocket expenditure of the people. And this initiative, guys, also empower the communities and ensures the quality healthcare is within the reach of every citizen which is there in our country. And in the next 2 years, the scheme basically targets to have 25,000 Jan Aushadhi Kendras in the country. So guys, when we talk about this particular scheme, can anybody tell me that in which year this particular scheme was launched? So we always tell you that when we are covering the schemes, we are really required to cover some very important dimensions of that particular scheme. So when we talk about this scheme, so this scheme was launched as a Jan Aushadhi scheme in year 2008. Right, and then again it was renamed as Pradhan Mantri Jan Aushadhi Yojana, and this was done in year 2015. And then again this scheme was renamed as Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana, and this was done in year 2016. But when we talk about the scheme launch year, it was launched in 2008 under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. तो Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers ने इस scheme को launch किया था, and the implementing agency for this particular scheme was Pharmaceuticals and Medical Devices Bureau of India. The Pharmaceutical and Medical Devices Bureau of India is the organization which is the implementing agency for this particular scheme, which ensures access to quality healthcare, to quality medicines for all the sections of population, especially for the poor and the deprived ones. So this is a very important scheme, and let me tell you that Gurkiro sir will be discussing this scheme in a very detailed manner in his upcoming government scheme session, so do not worry about it. I have basically touched some important points of that particular scheme. If you are preparing for IRDAI, then you will definitely be able to answer the question from these details that I have told to you about this particular scheme in the today's session. Now guys, I believe that it is very much clear to all of you that the most important point that we need to cater here is that the scheme has achieved a remarkable milestone of achieving the sales worth rupees 1000 crores in October 2024. Now moving on to the next important part, that is the eShram one-stop solution. So guys, when we talk about the eShram one-stop solution, right? So this has been recently launched for the welfare of unorganized workers. So recently the one-stop solution eShram has been launched, and you can see here that the Union Minister of Labour and Employment has launched this particular initiative which provides seamless access of the different social security schemes. So guys, we all know that eShram portal has been launched by the government of India in order to for the welfare of unorganized workers, where unorganized workers can really take the benefit of the security schemes, that is the social security schemes. और ये social security schemes का जो बेसिकली सारा का सारा बेनिफिट मिल सके अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड वर्कर्स को which have registered on the eShram portal. That is why this eShram one stop solution has been launched, which is going to simplify the registration process for unorganized workers. तो unorganized workers का जो भी registration process रहता है eShram portal पे, तो उसको बहुत ही simplify कर दे, और साथ ही साथ जो social security schemes हैं उसके बारे में सारी information provide करना और उनका access provide करना for all the government welfare schemes. This eShram one stop solution has been launched, and this platform is going to act as a bridge, as it will be connecting the workers to the numerous benefits offered by the government, and hence making the registration process easier and more transparent. तो जो भी registration process रहेगा इन सभी schemes के लिए via this particular portal, so these unorganized workers will be able to get the benefit of that particular scheme, the social security scheme, through the eShram portal only. Right? I hope this point is clear to all of you, and that's how this one-stop solution, solution is going to consolidate and integrate the data from the various central ministries and departments into a single repository. तो एक single जगह पर सारा का सारा data यहाँ पर connect किया जाएगा, and all the unorganized workers have been advised to register on the eShram portal and to take advantage of the various welfare designed for their benefits. Right? So I hope that this point is clear to all of you. So now let's move on to the next important part. So it is really very important for us to understand about the eShram portal as well. So eShram portal was been launched by the Ministry of Labour and Employment in 2021, and this was the first ever national database of the unorganized workers, which includes migrant workers, construction workers, gig and platform workers. तो यहाँ पे इन सभी kind of workers के लिए eShram portal को launch किया था by the Ministry of Labour and Employment in year 2021. तो कौन से year में launch किया गया, किस minister ने launch किया, this is something that we are really required to remember from exam point of view. Apart from that, what exactly was the reason? That is to extend social security scheme benefits to the unorganized workers. जो हमारे unorganized workers हैं, जो as the construction worker काम कर रहे हैं, migrant workers हैं, gig workers हैं, तो वो social security schemes का पूरा benefit उठा सके. So that is why this particular portal was been launched to enable self registration, जहाँ पे जाके वो खुद से register कर सकते हैं, basically with the help of their Aadhaar series details. Now guys, when we talk about the eligibility for the registration, so this has been launched for all the unorganized workers who are between the age group of 16 to 59 years. तो 16 to 59 years के age group में अगर कोई unorganized worker है, so basically that particular person can get himself or herself registered on the PM eShram portal, and that particular person should not be an income tax pay. तो income tax pay अगर कोई person है तो उसको यहाँ पर allow नहीं किया जाएगा. Apart from that, उनकी अगर age 16 to 59 years है और एक unorganized sector का वो part है, definitely they can get the benefit of this particular portal. Apart from that, let me tell you that this particular portal also provides a card to all these unorganized workers, and as a part of this Shramik card they are given a 12 digit permanent universal account number. तो एक permanent universal account number जो कि 12 digit का होता है, it is being given to every worker after the registration, जिसकी help से they can definitely take the benefit of social security portability with the job changes. जब भी वो कोई जॉब चेंज करेंगे तो जो सोशल सिक्योरिटी पोर्टेबिलिटी थी, जिस स्कीम के वो पार्ट थे, तो वो पोर्टेबल होगी एंड दे विल बी एबल टू टेक द बेनिफिट इन देयर ऑफ द सेम इन देयर नेक्स्ट जॉब एज वेल. ठीक है, सो दीज आर द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स दैट वी हैव टू मेक श्योर वी आर कवरिंग देम फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू from this particular session. So I hope guys that this is clear to all of you. Now let's move on to the next important part, that is the awards which has been recently released. So the President of India has recently conferred the 5th National Water Awards 2023. When we talk about these awards are being conferred by the Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, which is there under the Ministry of Jal Shakti. And these awards focuses on the good work and efforts which are made by individuals इन अटेनिंग द गवर्नमेंट्स विजन ऑफ जल समृद्ध भारत, जो जल समृद्ध भारत के मोटो की तरफ काम करता है और उससे रिलेटेड एक्टिविटीज में पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं, उसको एनकरेज करते हैं. सो ऑल द पीपल एंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस आर बेसिकली बीन अवॉर्डेड थ्रू दिस नेशनल वाटर अवार्ड्स फॉर देयर रिकॉग्निशन एंड देयर वर्क्स, एंड दैट्स हाउ these awards also creates awareness among the people that what exactly is the importance of water, और इससे इस इंपॉर्टेंस के जरिए ही दे मोटिवेट देम टू अडॉप्ट द बेस्ट वाटर यूजेज प्रैक्टिसेस. और जो भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, इंस्टीट्यूशंस अवेयर करते हैं और ये बेस्ट वाटर यूजेज प्रैक्टिसेस को यहाँ पर प्रमोट करते हैं, दे आर बीन रिवॉर्डेड फॉर देयर पर्टिकुलर वर्क. एंड गाइस व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट, सो दीज आर द अवार्ड विनर्स. सो व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द अवार्ड विनर्स फॉर दिस नेशनल वाटर अवार्ड, सो यू कैन सी हियर द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट अवार्ड विनर्स हियर आर द बेस्ट स्टेट award has been won by Odisha, which is on the very first position. तो यहाँ पर Odisha is on the top. Here you can see that Odisha is on the top, followed by Uttar Pradesh on the second position, where Puducherry and Gujarat were the joint winners as the third position in the best state category. Then when we talk about the best village panchayat, तो ये Pulampara village of Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala was on the top, followed by Masulpani, Concord, Chhattisgarh on the second position. When we talk about the best urban local body, तो यहाँ पर सूरत is on the top, followed by Puri and Pune on the second and third position. तो अब बहुत easy है याद करना, सूरत is on the top, then Puri of Odisha and the Pune Maharashtra, they are on the second and third position. Now when we talk about the best district award, so it has been won by Visakhapatnam in the south zone. Let me tell you that best district award has been given across all the 5 regions. तो यहाँ पर 5 रीजन्स पे हर एक रीजन के लिए इस अवार्ड को दिया जाता है. सो यू कैन सी हियर दैट नॉर्थ ईस्ट जोन के लिए इट इज धलाई त्रिपुरा विच इज द विनर. द नॉर्थ जोन से यहाँ पर 2 विनर्स हैं, दैट इज बांदा ऑफ उत्तर प्रदेश एंड गंदरबाल ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर. इंदौर ऑफ वेस्ट मध्य प्रदेश हैज वन इन द वेस्ट जोन एंड बालांगीर ऑफ ओडिशा हैज वन इन द ईस्ट जोन. तो यहाँ पर 5 रीजन से हमें बेस्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट अवार्ड मिले हैं. बेस्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट यहाँ पर इतना ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है आपका बेस्ट स्टेट अवार्ड, और यहाँ पर बेस्ट विलेज पंचायत अवार्ड को आप याद कर सकते हो, बेस्ट अर्बन लोकल बॉडी को आप याद रख सकते हैं फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. ठीक है, तो नेशनल वाटर अवार्ड्स कौन सा डिपार्टमेंट देता है, किसने जीता है, बेस्ट स्टेट कौन सी थी, टॉप 3 पोजीशन क्या है, ये सभी चीजें हमारे लिए एग्जाम के लिए काफी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. एंड ऑल द IRDAI एस्पिरेंट्स मेक श्योर दैट यस दीज क्वेश्चंस कैन बी आस्क्ड इन योर EDA एग्जाम एज वेल. ठीक है, सो मेक श्योर यू आर कवरिंग देम फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. So I hope national water awards are also been done. Now let's move on to the next news article, and that is basically a MOU which has been signed by the Minister of Rural Development with the 10 banks, and they are signing this MOU to promote individual financing for higher order enterprises. तो किसको प्रमोट किया जाएगा, कैसे प्रमोट किया जाएगा, कौन सी ये बैंक्स हैं जिनके साथ MOU साइन किया गया है. So all of these things we will be covering in this upcoming part. So basically हम सभी ने डे NRLM स्कीम के बारे में जरूर पढ़ा है हमेशा. That is the दीन दयाल अंत्योदय योजना नेशनल रूरल लाइवलीहुड मिशन, जो कि मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ रूरल डेवलपमेंट की स्कीम है. और इसी स्कीम ने MOU साइन किया है 9 पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स और एक प्राइवेट सेक्टर बैंक के साथ. एंड व्हाट एग्जैक्टली दे विल बी डूइंग, ये जो बैंक्स हैं ये कुछ स्पेसिफिक प्रोडक्ट्स को डिजाइन करेंगे सो दैट दे कैन फाइनेंस इंडिविजुअल वुमेन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स. तो जो हमारी वुमेन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हैं डे एनआरएलएम के अंदर उन वुमेन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को सपोर्ट किया जाएगा थ्रू दीज स्पेसिफिक प्रोडक्ट्स विच विल बी क्रिएटेड बाय दीज बैंक्स, और ये प्रोडक्ट्स के जरिए इन वुमेन्स को हेल्प किया जाएगा दैट दे कैन अवेल बिगर टिकट साइज लोन, तो और ज्यादा बड़े लोन्स अपने एंटरप्राइजेस को और ज्यादा स्केल अप करने के लिए वो इन बैंक से ले सकते हैं. एंड दैट इज व्हाई दैट दिस पर्टिकुलर स्कीम has signed this MOU with these 10 banks, so that yes, this MOU can be signed and yes, these products can be further delivered to these women entrepreneurs so that they can enhance their businesses, right? So I hope that this is clear to all of you, and this is again going to help the government in attaining the goal of making Lakhpati Didis. So I hope that this point is also clear. So it is the Day NRLM scheme, that is Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Rural Livelihood Mission, which has signed this MOU with 10 banks, which includes 9 public sector and 1 private sector bank, which will be providing these specific financing products for the women entrepreneurs so that they can scale up their businesses. I hope this is clear to all of you. Now let's move on to the news articles which are relevant only for the phase 1 of the exam. तो हमने कुछ important news articles को cover किया जो कि relevant थे phase 1 और phase 2 दोनों के point of view से. अब हम बढ़ते हैं कुछ ऐसे news articles की तरफ जो कि सिर्फ आपके phase 1 के लिए relevant है, जिससे पहला जो आपका article है that is about द चेयरपर्सन ऑफ द नेशनल कमीशन फॉर वुमेन. तो जो नेशनल कमीशन फॉर वुमेन है, सो वी ऑल नो दैट इन द मंथ ऑफ अगस्त रेखा शर्मा रिजाइंड एज एंड शी स्टेप डाउन एज द चेयरपर्सन ऑफ नेशनल कमीशन फॉर वुमेन आफ्टर basically serving there for a period of 9 years. And after that, now Srimati Vijay Kishore Rahatkar has been appointed as the chairperson of National Commission for Women, and she will be the 9th chairperson of the National Commission for Women, right? And apart from her, Dr. Archana Majumdar has been appointed as the member of the National Commission for Women, and we have already seen that after 9-year tenure, Rekha Sharma stepped down as the National Commission for Women in the month of August. तो कौन आउटगोइंग पर्सन कौन है, दैट इज रेखा शर्मा. इनकमिंग पर्सन कौन है, हु हैज बीन रिसेंटली अपॉइंटेड, दैट इज विजय किशोर राहतकर. सो मेक श्योर कीजिए कि ये दोनों नाम आपको याद रहे फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, बिकॉज इट कैन बी आस्क्ड इन द एग्जाम. नाउ मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट न्यूज आर्टिकल, दैट इज द पुलिस कमेमोरेशन डे. सो गाइस 1959 के अंदर बेसिकली अ काइंड ऑफ इंसिडेंट हैपेंड व्हेन देयर वर इंडियन पुलिसमैन who died in an ambush by the Chinese troops. तो Chinese troops ने यहाँ पर शूट किया था इंडियन पुलिसमैन को in the Ladakh in year 1959, and that day was 21st October, and that is why just to give tribute to those policemen, we celebrate every year पुलिस कमेमोरेशन डे ऑन अक्टूबर 21. सो ये डेट काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है आप सभी के लिए याद रखना. ईयर भी याद रख सकते हो 1959, जिस पर क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. नाउ मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट, दैट इज द वर्ल्ड आयोडीन डेफिशिएंसी डे दैट वी सेलिब्रेट एवरी ईयर, एंड दिस डे इज बीइंग सेलिब्रेटेड अगेन ऑन 21st of October, एंड इट इज आल्सो नोन एज द ग्लोबल आयोडीन डेफिशिएंसी डिसऑर्डर प्रिवेंशन डे. तो ग्लोबल आयोडीन डेफिशिएंसी, तो आयोडीन की डेफिशिएंसी से हमें यहाँ पर हमें पता है दैट आयोडीन इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर आवर हेल्थ, and that is why उसकी deficiency नहीं होनी चाहिए हमारी body के अंदर, and that is why government of India also come up with some kind of initiatives so that we can also work on preventing the iodine deficiency in our people. So the name of that program was National Iodine Deficiency Disorder Control Program. तो deficiency से जो disorder होता है उसको control करने के लिए एक program launch किया गया. किसकी deficiency से? iodine की deficiency से जो disorder हो रहा है. So that's why we come up with the NIDDCP, so that we can cover a wider range of iodine deficiency disorders. And the goal of this particular program was to reduce the prevalence of iodine deficiency disorder to below 5% nationwide. So this was one of the targets under this particular program, and it also aimed towards achieving 100% consumption of adequately iodized salt at the household level. So this particular day is being recognized every year. It has been celebrated every year as on 21st of October as World Iodine Deficiency Day. I hope this point is clear to all of you. So यहाँ पर आपको सिर्फ डेट याद रखना है. Date is important. The program which has been launched by the government, it is also important from the exam point of view. Now guys, let's move on to the next important part, that is from the defense exercises. And here we have seen that the Malabar 24 exercise has got concluded. When we talk about the Malabar exercise, it was taking place in the Vishakhapatnam, and this was the 28th edition of this multinational maritime exercise which has taken place. जो Malabar exercise है, it was initiated in 1992, और पहले के टाइम पे it was just a bilateral exercise, that is it was being conducted between India and US. But with the time, Japan and Australia also joined these two countries, and now these exercise is being conducted by these four countries together, that is India, US, Japan and Australia, and this year it has been conducted in Visakhapatnam. So I hope this is clear to all of you. So Malabar exercise 24, it was conducted in Visakhapatnam this year. Now when we talk about other important exercise, so a joint military training exercise was also been conducted between the Indian Air Force and the Republic of Singapore Air Force. तो Indian Air Force और Republic of Singapore Air Force के बीच में ये exercise हुई वेस्ट बंगाल के अंदर. सो आई होप दिस इज ऑल्सो वेरी मच क्लियर. तो यहाँ पर हमें बस ये आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि कौन सी कंट्रीज हैं जिन्होंने पार्टिसिपेट किया एंड व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द नेम ऑफ प्लेस वेयर दिस एक्सरसाइज हैज टेकन प्लेस. Right? Now moving to the next exercise, that is the Naseem-Al-Bahr. So Naseem-Al-Bahr is a maritime exercise which has been conducted between India and Oman. तो इंडिया और ओमान के बीच में ये एक्सरसाइज होती है, that is Naseem-Al-Bahr, which was conducted this year in the Indian state of Goa in two phases. One phase was harbor phase, the other phase was sea phase. तो दो फेजेस के अंदर इस स्कीम को लॉन्च किया गया, इस पर्टिकुलर डिफेंस एक्सरसाइजेस को कंडक्ट किया गया. लेट मी टेल यू गाइस दैट यहां पर आपके लिए ज्यादा चीजें याद नहीं करने के लिए नहीं है. दीज आर वेरी डायरेक्ट. Thus, the name of the exercise is important, the countries between which this exercise has been taking place, and what is the name of the exercise, what is the venue of the exercise. So all these details are really required to be covered, and this is something that we need to cover. And this exercise is once again guys always fosters the collaboration, and it also lead to the knowledge exchange between the defense forces of the two countries, right? और अगर कभी भी in case it is required, so that these countries can definitely come together as a one force in order to defeat the other countries अगर कभी भी ऐसी कोई requirement आती है तो. So that is why these exercises are being conducted. Now guys, let's move on to the next important part, that is the Namo Bharat Diwas. अब नमो भारत दिवस हम क्यों बना रहे हैं? So basically नमो भारत ट्रेन operations को एक साल complete हुआ है, that is why we have celebrated the Namo Bharat Diwas. So the first anniversary of the operation of Namo Bharat train has been celebrated as Namo Bharat Diwas on 21st of October 2024. अगर हम बात करते हैं नमो भारत ट्रेन की, तो ये रिप्रेजेंट करता है इंडिया की पहली रीजनल रैपिड ट्रांजिट सिस्टम ट्रेन को, ठीक है, जो कि which was launched with the first 17 kilometer priority section between Shahibabad and Duhai depot, which was launched in October 23. तो 21st October 23 को ये इंडिया की पहली रीजनल रैपिड ट्रांजिट सिस्टम ट्रेन को लॉन्च किया गया था, और करंटली इट इज operating across a 42-kilometer corridor covering 9 stations in our country. Now guys, when I talk about this Namo Bharat train, I also having another important news article which we can directly relate with this, which was of the month of September 2024 when Pradhan Mantri Modi ji flagged off Namo Bharat Rapid Rail. तो गैस नमो भारत रैपिड रेल जो कि एक मेट्रो सर्विस है जिसको लॉन्च किया गया था, जिसको हमने पहली वंदे मेट्रो सर्विसेज का भी नाम दिया गया. इट वाज रीनेम्ड एज द नमो भारत रैपिड रेल. इट वाज लॉन्च बिटवीन भुज एंड अहमदाबाद. तो भुज और अहमदाबाद के बीच में इसको लॉन्च किया गया जिसका नाम था नमो भारत रैपिड रेल. दिस इज अ न्यूज आर्टिकल फ्रॉम सितंबर 2024. तो इसी तरीके से हम इंटरलिंक भी करेंगे डिफरेंट न्यूज आर्टिकल्स को, सो दैट हम एक कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव कवरेज कर सकें और चीजों को अच्छे से याद कर सकें फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. नाउ गाइस, लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट न्यूज आर्टिकल व्हिच इज फॉर द क्रिकेट लवर्स बट ऑल द एस्पिरेंट्स हु आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर द अपकमिंग गवर्नमेंट एग्जाम्स. एंड नाउ द न्यूज आर्टिकल इज अबाउट द ICC Women's T20 World Cup. We all know that this World Cup was supposed to be held in Bangladesh, but UAE has basically hosted this particular World Cup for the Bangladesh, right? And this is for the very first time New Zealand has won this particular World Cup. तो न्यूजीलैंड ने पहली बार Women's T20 World Cup को जीता है, and they have defeated South Africa by 32 runs to win the ICC Women's T20 World Cup for the first time. अगर हम बात करते हैं guys T20 World Cup 2024 की, तो इंडिया also defeated the South Africa in the finals to won the men's T20 World Cup. If you guys agree with me, please give me a thumbs up in the chat box. If you guys remember that yes, India defeated South Africa in the T20 World Cup 2024 in the finals, right? So guys, apart from that, जब हम बात करते हैं इस particular tournament की, तो some important awards are also required to be done. तो यहाँ पर मैं आपको बताता हूँ कि that this particular World Cup, अगर हम बात करते हैं इस वर्ल्ड कप की प्लेयर ऑफ द फाइनल मैच और प्लेयर ऑफ द सीरीज की, तो इट वाज एमिलिया कर ऑफ न्यूजीलैंड हु हैज वन बोथ द अवार्ड्स. सो एमिलिया कर हैज वन द प्लेयर ऑफ द फाइनल as well as the player of the series award, and she has become the first ever person she has become the first player to win the player of the final as well as the player of the series in a women's T20 World Cup edition. Now guys, when we talk about another important record which has been created here, that was being created by New Zealand's Suzie Bates. Suzie Bates has become the most capped player. Let me tell you that before Suzie Bates it was Mithali Raj. Indian cricketer Mithali Raj was there, who was the most capped player with the 333 appearances. But now it is the Suzie Bates which has overcome Mithali Raj as the most capped player in the women's international cricket with the 334th appearance during the final of this particular T20 World Cup. Now guys, when we talk about a brief part about this particular World Cup, तो हम देख सकते हैं that it was hosted by UAE for the Bangladesh and it was won by New Zealand defeating South Africa. But who were the captains? It was Sophie Devine who was the captain of the New Zealand cricket team, under whose captaincy New Zealand has won this particular World Cup. And the runner-up captain, that is the captain of South Africa team, was Laura Wolwart. So I hope कि ये सारी details आपको याद रहेंगी, right? तो major important thing है that New Zealand has defeated South Africa. But let me tell you guys that हमने recent exam trend में देखा that they are also even going with the history of that particular editions. So that is why I have brought some additional information for all of you, that this was the 9th edition of the T20 Women's World Cup. और अभी तक के 9 editions में सबसे ज्यादा वर्ल्ड कप मैचेस किसने जीते हैं, सबसे ज्यादा वर्ल्ड कप टाइटल्स किसने जीते हैं? That is Australia, which has won the title for 6 times. Then England, West Indies and New Zealand have won this particular title each time. ठीक है, so 3 टाइटल्स हमारे जीते हैं हमारे इंग्लैंड, वेस्ट इंडीज और न्यूजीलैंड ने, बाकी के 6 टाइटल्स हमारे जीते हैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने. एंड इंडियन टीम हैज नॉट वन दिस पर्टिकुलर वर्ल्ड कप एनी टाइम टिल नाउ. ठीक है, आई होप दिस डिटेल्स आर वेरी मच क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू. होस्ट कौन है, विनर कौन है, रनर अप कौन है, कैप्टन कौन था, प्लेयर ऑफ द सीरीज कौन है, प्लेयर ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट कौन है, मेक श्योर दैट यू आर एबल टू रिमेंबर all these important details. Now guys, let's move on to the next important news article of the last week, that is the Nobel Prize winners. So Nobel Prize winners, we all know that every year in the month of October we see that the Nobel Prizes are being announced. So before covering the winners, let us first understand that what exactly this prize is. Let me tell you that the Alfred Nobel was the inventor, entrepreneur and businessman, and he passed away. And in his will he basically mentioned that the people who have really done a lot of work and for the benefit of the mankind, these people must be rewarded and that will be done from his fortune. तो जो भी उनकी संपत्ति है उससे उन लोगों को यहाँ पर सम्मानित किया जाएगा. And that particular award was the Nobel Prize on the memory of Alfred Nobel, right? तो पहला Nobel Prize दिया गया था 1901 के अंदर. 1969 में एक और Nobel Prize को क्रिएट किया गया था, that is Regis Riksbank Prize in Economic Sciences. तो इकोनॉमिक साइंसेस के लिए भी इसको लॉन्च किया गया और हर साल अक्टूबर के अंदर हम बेसिकली देखते हैं दैट न्यू ईयर Nobel Prizes are been announced. And who are the winners of this year? That is the very important thing that we need to remember here. So you can see here guys the most important part. So all the IRDAI exam aspirants and all the other banking exam aspirants guys, make sure that yes, you guys are covering this important news article because a question can be asked from the exam from this particular news article. So यहाँ पर सबसे पहले हमें याद करना है कि कौन सी कैटेगरी है और साथ में कौन विनर है और उन्हें किस लिए अवार्ड दिया गया है. सो ये सारी चीजें हमें याद करनी है. फॉर द फिजिक्स इट वाज जॉन जे हॉपफील्ड एंड जॉफरी हिंटन. तो हॉपफील्ड एंड हिंटन याद रखिए फिजिक्स के लिए. फॉर द फिजिक्स इट वाज हॉपफील्ड एंड हिंटन हु हैव वन दिस award for their invention, for their foundational discoveries and invention which enables machine learning with the artificial neural network. तो machine learning का artificial neural network के साथ जो एक कॉम्बिनेशन है उसके लिए हॉपफील्ड और हिंटन को फिजिक्स के लिए अवार्ड दिया गया. ठीक है, तो हमें सिर्फ कीवर्ड्स को फोकस करना है. वी आर ओनली रिक्वायर्ड टू फोकस ऑन द कीवर्ड्स हियर. तो यहां पर कीवर्ड क्या है? मशीन लर्निंग और न्यूरल नेटवर्क. तो मशीन लर्निंग, आर्टिफिशियल न्यूरल नेटवर्क को याद रखिए इन टर्म्स ऑफ फिजिक्स. जब हम बात करते हैं केमिस्ट्री, तो केमिस्ट्री के लिए वी हैव सीन दैट देयर आर जॉइंट विनर्स. वन अवार्ड हैज बीन गिवन टू डेविड बेकर फॉर protein design and the other award has been given to Demis and John M. Jumper for the protein structure. तो प्रोटीन के लिए दिया गया है, केमिस्ट्री के लिए दिया गया है प्रोटीन के लिए. ठीक है, तो प्रोटीन डिजाइन के लिए किसको मिला है, डेविड बेकर को मिला है। प्रोटीन के स्ट्रक्चर के लिए किसको मिला है, डेमिस एंड जंपर को मिला है। तो इस तरीके से सिर्फ कीवर्ड्स को याद रखेंगे, इट विल बी वेरी इजी फॉर अस। अगर हम बात करते हैं केमिस्ट्री के लिए, तो हमने देखा कि प्रोटीन के लिए मिला है प्रोटीन का डिजाइन, डी फॉर डेविड बेकर, right? Then protein structure, it has been given to Demis and Jumper. तो इस तरीके से we can definitely remember these award winners from the exam point of view. Now when we talk about the physiology or medicine, तो ये काफी इजी है guys। माइक्रो आरएनए की डिस्कवरी के लिए ये अवार्ड दिया गया टू विक्टर एम्ब्रोज एंड गैरी रफकुन। तो याद रखिए एम्ब्रोज और गैरी, या फिर आप याद रख सकते हैं विक्टर गैरी। विक्टर गैरी ने ये अवार्ड जीता है फॉर द डिस्कवरी ऑफ माइक्रो आरएनए। देन फॉर द लिटरेचर इट्स हैंग कैंग हु हैज वन दिस पर्टिकुलर अवार्ड फॉर हर इंटेंस पोएटिक प्रोज व्हिच कन्फ्रंट्स हिस्टोरिकल ट्रॉमास एंड एक्सपोजेस द फ्रेजिलिटी ऑफ ह्यूमन लाइफ। तो अपने पोएटिक प्रोज के लिए हैंग कैंग को लिटरेचर के लिए अवार्ड दिया गया है। नाउ व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द पीस, फॉर द पीस इट इज निहॉन हिंदांक्यो who has been given this award for the world free of nuclear weapons। ठीक है, उन्होंने जो एफर्ट्स डाले हैं to basically create a world which is free of the nuclear weapons, so that is why this particular person has been given the Nobel Peace Prize for this year 2024। Now when we talk about the award for the economic sciences, it has been given for the studies of how institutions are formed and affect prosperity। कैसे institutions को create किया जाता है and they affect the prosperity, so that is what basically the subject is for which this particular people have been given the award। And what are the award winners? These are Darren, Simon and James। तो Darren, Simon and James Robinson are the three people who have been given this particular award। ठीक है, तो आई होप कि आप सभी को ये अवार्ड विनर्स याद रहेंगे। फिजिक्स के लिए वी कैन डेफिनेटली सी इट्स हॉपफील्ड एंड हिंटन। किसके लिए मिला है, मशीन लर्निंग और न्यूरल नेटवर्क के लिए। केमिस्ट्री के लिए प्रोटीन के लिए अवार्ड मिला है प्रोटीन स्ट्रक्चर, प्रोटीन डिजाइन, डी फॉर डेविड बेकर। देन प्रोटीन स्ट्रक्चर के लिए किसको मिला है, इट इज डेमिस जंपर। देन फिजियोलॉजी और मेडिसिन के अंदर किसको मिला है गाइस, इट इज अ डिस्कवरी ऑफ माइक्रो आरएनए एंड हु हैज बीन गिवन, दैट इज विक्टर एम्ब्रोज एंड द गैरी रफकन। Now guys, when we talk about the Hank Kang has won this award, the Peace Prize for the intense poetic prose. Then Nihon Hindankyo has won the Nobel Peace Prize for the nuclear free weapon, for the वर्ल्ड फ्री ऑफ न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स। तो एन फॉर न्यूक्लियर, एन फॉर निहॉन। तो इस तरीके से आप अगर लिंकेजेस करेंगे एंड इट विल डेफिनेटली हेल्प यू टू रिमेंबर दिस न्यूज आर्टिकल्स फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू। ठीक है, सो डू नॉट वरी हेमजोत, लेट मी टेल यू कि आपके जो पिछले इंपॉर्टेंट न्यूज आर्टिकल्स हैं उनको, कुछ आर्टिकल्स को हमने आज के सेशन में भी इंक्लूड किया है और आने वाले सेशंस में भी आई विल बी कवरिंग दोज इंपॉर्टेंट न्यूज आर्टिकल्स ऑफ 9 to 17 अक्टूबर एज वेल। सो डू नॉट वरी अबाउट इट, वी विल बी कवरिंग देम एज वेल इन द लेटरल सेशंस, राइट। सो गाइज आई बिलीव कि आपके लिए नोबेल प्राइजेस विनर्स को याद करना काफी इजी हो गया। अगर हुआ है तो प्लीज गिव मी अ थम्स अप इन द चैट बॉक्स कि आप इस तरीके से चीजों को याद कर पाएंगे। If yes, please give me a thumbs up in the chat box. So I can see here that yes, people will be able to cover these new Nobel prizes from the exam point of view. Now guys, let me tell you that just covering these news articles is not just enough. We are also required to solve the questions as well. क्योंकि exam में in the end we are required to solve the questions. So that is why for your practice I have brought some practice questions for all of you so that you can definitely analyze कि क्या अभी हम ready हैं इन questions को answer करने के लिए or not। And here is the very first question for all of you। तो पहला question आप सभी के लिए है from the National Water Awards which was being given, you have to identify the correct statements। So just focusing on the keywords here, Odisha has won the best state award which is absolutely right। It was followed by UP on the second position, yes। Pulampara has won the best village panchayat award, absolutely right। And the best ULB award has been won by Surat, Gujarat। Now when we talk about the National Water Award, it focuses on the good work and efforts made by individuals and organizations across the country for the vision of Jal Samriddh Bharat। So guys, I think that all the statements are correct here, right? What do you say? So basically yes, all these statements are correct here। So the right answer will be option D, that is 1, 2 and 3। So all the statements are absolutely right, option D will be the right answer। Now moving on to the next important question। So Pradhan Mantri Jan Aushadhi Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana has reached a remarkable milestone by achieving sales worth dash amount in October 2024। So what exactly is that amount that they have achieved? तो जो milestone था ये, what exactly that milestone is? That particular milestone is of 1000 crores and that is the right answer, that is option D is the right answer। Next question is about the ICC Women's T20 World Cup which has recently concluded। So we have to identify the correct statement about this particular tournament. So first statement is New Zealand defeated South Africa by 32 runs. Absolutely right. Amelia Kerr was the first player to win the player of final and the player of the series. Absolutely right. Third statement is in the 9th editions of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup, Australia have won the title 6 times. So Australia ने title जीता है for 6 times, while India, West Indies and New Zealand have won each. So I told you guys that it is England, West Indies and New Zealand who have won this title for 1 time each, and it is the South Australia which has won the title for 6 times. So these are the total 9 editions. That's why the third statement is the one which is incorrect here. So what will be the right answer? Which one of the following are the correct here? It is statement number 1 and 2. That is option C will be the right answer. So I'm really great to see that yes, Happy, Himjot, Shalini, all of them have given the right answer to me. To this question, that is option C is the right answer. Well done guys. Now it's the homework question. अगर आप में से कोई ऐसा पर्सन है जो कि इन क्वेश्चंस को आंसर नहीं कर पाया, do not worry about it. एक होमवर्क क्वेश्चन भी आपके लिए है, and that is there on the screen, and this question is from the Nobel Prize 2024. तो स्क्रीन को पॉज कीजिएगा after this session. Just come back to this screen and try to answer this question in the comment section. ये mandatory आप सभी के लिए आंसर करना, just for your benefit only guys, that you are whether you are able to answer the question or not. And all the people who will be answering this question in the comment section correctly, I will be taking their names as the star performers in the next session. तो आज के सेशन में यहाँ पर कोई स्टार परफॉर्मर नहीं है, बट नेक्स्ट सेशन के अंदर अगर आपने इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर सही किया तो डेफिनेटली आई विल बी ब्रिंगिंग योर नेम एज अ स्टार परफॉर्मर इन माय सेशन, राइट? सो गाइस, दैट वाज ऑल फ्रॉम द टुडेज सेशन, एंड आई बिलीव कि आज का सेशन आप सभी के लिए काफी फ्रूटफुल रहा होगा और आप सभी को सेशन पसंद आया होगा. एंड अगर आपको कोई भी क्वेरीज हैं, डेफिनेटली यू कैन आस्क मी योर क्वेरीज इन द चैट बॉक्स, और आप कमेंट सेक्शन के अंदर भी अपनी क्वेरीज को पोस्ट कर सकते हो. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, अगर आपको कुछ मेंटर गाइडेंस चाहिए हम फ्रॉम आवर एंड, और आपकी कुछ और क्वेरीज रिलेटेड टू योर एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन, डेफिनेटली यू can share your queries at hello@edutap.co.in, or you can call us at 8146207241. So there was one query from one of the student that whether these sessions are enough for the 2025 exam. So let me tell you guys that yes, we are trying to cover all the important news articles in our sessions, right? तो अगर आप हमारे सेशंस को डेफिनेटली अगर आप रेगुलर बेसिस पर फॉलो करते हैं, डेफिनेटली दे आर गोइंग टू हेल्प यू प्रिपेयर फॉर योर करंट अफेयर प्रिपरेशन फॉर योर एग्जाम्स दैट यू आर एमिंग टू अपीयर फॉर इन द 2025. ठीक है, so definitely these sessions will be helping you guys, and I can see here that yes, Aditya, Happy, Shalini, Hemjot, all the people have given the right answer to this particular part. So guys, once again, well done to all the people who have answered the questions correctly, and let me see that who among you will be giving me your right answers in the comment section for this homework question. I will be meeting you in the next session. Till then, stay happy, stay